everyone, and welcome to my video today on proper measuring techniques and measuring equipment. I would like to start off today with introducing the measuring equipment used in baking and cooking in the kitchen. This right here is a liquid measuring cup. Typically they come in imperial measuring, as you can see here, and metric. So metric is millimeters and imperial is cups and ounces. And you use that for liquid measuring, so water, oil, milk, stuff like that. Here are the dry measuring cups. So a typical package of measuring cups includes a cup, a half a cup, a third cup, and a quarter cup. On the cup measures, they also include millimeters. So as you can see, a quarter cup here equals up to 60 millimeters. And then finally we have measuring spoons. So a typical measuring spoon bunch will include a tablespoon, a teaspoon, a half teaspoon, quarter teaspoon, and an eighth of a teaspoon. So you would use these for small amounts of spices. You can even use a tablespoon for butter, stuff like that. So I just want to talk for a second about why it's so important to use the proper measuring techniques and measuring tools when you are measuring and baking. For example, if you are using your liquid measuring cup to measure a cup of water, and your recipe, let's say you're making a cake, and your recipe calls for a cup of water. If you use your liquid measuring cup, your recipe will likely turn out properly. If you were to use your dry measure and fill it full of a cup of water, you'll be out a little bit of water and your batter will be dry. So now I'm going to take a second to demonstrate the difference between a cup of water in a liquid measure and a cup of water in a dry measure. Okay, so here I have two mugs that are the exact same size. With one I'm going to fill the dry 1 cup measure with water, so we'll do that in the orange one. And then the next I'm going to fill it with the 1 cup measure from the liquid measuring cup. As you can see, there is a pretty significant difference in the water levels. If you were to use a dry measuring cup in, let's say, a cake again, you will be missing that much water, so your batter will be that much more dry than it should be when you used a liquid measure. So the information presented today in this video is pretty basic. I would say it basically would be introduced in a beginner home ec class, so grade 8, grade 9. Beginner cooks definitely need to know the difference between a liquid and a dry measure and the measuring spoons and what ingredients go in each. Introducing proper measuring techniques and the proper equipment really is the first step in a home ec classroom for beginners. So I hope today that my demonstration with the liquid and dry measuring cups with the water really enforced how important it is to use the proper measuring techniques and the measuring equipment in the kitchen.